Record. Okay, so welcome to Moxie Monday. I did want to tell you guys ahead of time that I will talk and I will share, and that I want you guys to be open to discuss today. So don't be afraid to unmute yourself. Don't be afraid to ask questions in the chat box. I'm going to open it up about halfway through to take questions because last week was really, really fun being on the live in Moxie page. I actually found that very enjoyable to have that kind of environment in the chat box when we talked about like giving away things to receive, you know, that kind of relationship building. But then I thought, well, what's the point in Zoom? And the point in Zoom is actually interacting. The point in Zoom is actually engaging with you. And so I'm sorry if I've ever like confiscated the entire calls. You know me, I just get excited. So we are going to talk a lot about residual income tonight. We're going to talk a lot about 500 PV coach, which is something that you've heard me talk about more frequently lately. Probably over the past couple of months, I brought it up a lot. And without further ado, I wanted to share an announcement with you guys that you know that I started to do. So you guys know that since December, or was it November? Yes, since November. So November, December, and January, I've been doing these fun giveaways. Like if you are a 500 PV coach in the downline, which there are 1,000 people in our downline, anybody who achieves 500 PV within a month, I'm going to send you a little gift just as a way to go. Like you keep on keeping on, because that's going to build your business. I want to reiterate over and over and over how important that is. And I don't want to just recognize you one time. I want to recognize you every time. So until my budget cannot handle it any longer. Hey, I just saw, anyways, I just saw something. Julia, hello. I'm so sorry. I saw your husband wave and I thought, oh crap, I'm going to get his name wrong again. Jordan, don't be mad. Okay, anyways, I saw him wave, so I got excited. But I want to reiterate over and over and over the importance of 500 PV, because I don't want you guys to think that it's like achieving a rank. Like you hit it, you get recognized, and then you're done. No. What you should think about rank is maintaining that rank and increasing that rank. But 500 PV is something that you need to adopt in your mind, and then you teach your team to adopt in your mind, because that is how volume builds and grows. So what I have around my neck, not this baby, I'm not giving you the baby, is the gift for January. And I usually, I've always kept the gift secret. I've always just like sent the gifts, 500 PV prizes, the month after you achieve it, just as a surprise. And I like to do that. It's pretty fun, just kind of as like a thing. But this month I thought, you know what? I need people to know. I want people to know, one, because I'm really excited, but maybe it'll motivate you. Maybe it'll motivate you to give yourself that extra push in the next 9 days of the month. So this is a necklace that I'm giving to every single 500 PV coach. It's a sterling silver necklace that's not going to turn your neck green. And it's a little charm that says inspire. Okay. I know you won't be able to see it because it's very dainty, but ladies, I thought that you would like this. So you can see if you can even see this. You see that? Okay. So it's a sterling silver necklace and it says inspire. It's just a little something that I want to do for you guys. So if you haven't already achieved 500 PV this month, maybe that could send you over the edge. And maybe you need to let your team know, hey, this is just a little thank you, a little congrats that you're on the right path. Now, the reason I think you're on the right path is because I've been in this business for 5 years and I've talked to a lot of top coaches. And I know what happens when we think about volume. So I'm going to be elementary right now. I'm going to break it down just in case you need a reminder, just in case you're a new coach, or just in case you need to learn how to be able to communicate volume to your team that you're going to be growing. I want you to be confident in this because this is a business. So PV means personal volume, and that comes from your personal purchases as well as your customer orders. So that's retail. Okay, that's where your commission comes from. As a coach, you guys know you get 25% commission. That's from the PV. Now, if you're a coach and you've been maybe a coach for a while, so you have residual orders come through, and maybe 500 PV is not hard for you because it just happens every month because of residual orders. Well, then I need, myself included, we need to increase our goal to 500 PV a week. That's what I've been working on. And so if you have two business centers, like I know Carrie and Chelsea and Kim do, and myself, which just basically means when you're a 2-star, you can open up a second business center, which is really beneficial financially. I digress. If you have 2 business centers like Chelsea, then set a goal to get 500 PV in that second business center. But whatever it is, the significance of that is that volume not only comes from your retail, but volume comes from your team. So it's important for you not to only just, share these products with customers, which is very important to have the residual. And what I mean by residual, again, I'm going to be elementary, and then again, I'm going to open it up for discussion. Residual income. What does that mean? Maybe you've heard that before because of the industry we're in with network marketing. Residual income is income that you can kind of earn when you're asleep, like income that you can kind of earn when you're on vacation. And it's previous customers who are on like an auto shipment of that product. It could be auto shipment of Shakeology, of 3-day refresh, of their performance line, of Shakeology Boost, any of the above. Okay. We used to have a product line, skincare line called Derm Exclusive, and that was a part of, auto ship options. We no longer have the skin line, this Derm Exclusive. Another option for auto shipment, which Beachbody calls HD. If you've ever heard us say you have to have 90 PV on HD, it's like, what the heck does that mean? Okay, it means 90 volume on HD. Home direct is what that stands for. So HD stands for home direct, means it's going to be sent straight to your home, boom, directly to your home, auto shipment every month until you cancel. You can make it every month. You can make it every other month. You can make it every 3 months. You can adjust it, and so can your customers and coaches. But residual income is that you as a coach get the commission from the customer orders every single month that their auto shipment goes. So you want to welcome people into your business, and you also want to make sure that the back door is closed. What do I mean by that? You don't want to just set your goal to get customers and be like, sweet, got my points, sweet, got my 500 PV this month. No, you want to keep customers. That's where your nice and friendly smile comes in, and your customer service comes in, and your support and encouragement to those customers come in. That's where you're a coach. Okay. So we market, we share, we love people until they decide to jump on board with us. And then you have to be a coach and supporter and cheerleader for these customers that you're working with. You're going to be shutting the back door of your business. So it's not like every single customer that comes in is going to walk back out. And so you're having these frequent orders of residual income. That is very, very beneficial. Now, the majority of your income eventually could come from volume when you're talking about a team, okay? And I'm going to share a calculator with you guys that it's like a Excel spreadsheet where you can calculate the income goal that you have, and it'll tell you what volume you would need to have on your right leg and your left leg. So Beachbody's network marketing model is set up as a binary, fancy word, binary model where you have 2 sides. You have a right leg and a left leg is what we call it. So raise your hand if you understand what I mean when I say team cycle bonus. Okay, TCB, team cycle bonus. I know that there's an excellent video out there by Michael Neiman that I love to send. If somebody actually, you probably know what I'm talking about. If you could post that in the chat box, it's the one with the figurines. And it talks about how to earn those team cycle bonuses. So as an Emerald coach, you start to qualify for these bonuses. That's why it's very important to just hit Emerald as soon as possible, because you can start capturing that volume that would add up. So when you watch this video, I'm not going to explain it all to you, but watch this video. Thank you, Chelsea. I kind of had a feeling you would do that. Watch that video, and you'll understand what I'm saying and how important it is for not only you to be an Emerald coach, but you to stay an Emerald coach, and then you to teach your coaches how to become an Emerald coach. That might be a big learning curve for you. You might not be adding coaches currently to your team, but if you have a goal to earn income with this business, well, then adding people to your team is something that you need to look into, is something that maybe you and your coach, your sponsor, me and you need to have a conversation about. Because I don't want you guys to run into this thinking, well, I'm not a retail machine. Like I'm not hitting a Success Club 1000 every month. Like I need to make a certain amount of money, but it's so hard to make money when we're earning, 25% commission is a very large chunk of commission. But if that's not enough for you guys, then you need to start thinking strategically. And the cool thing is, a huge goal that I have for anyone in our team, and truly anyone at Beachbody, because success only rises everybody else, is I want coaches on Moxie to feel proud of their consistent and sustainable and significant income. Like I want you, whether you're working part-time, whether you have a goal to pay for your products, I want you to feel good about that. And I want you to actually earn profit on top of that. I think it would be really rewarding for you and rewarding for your family if you can even earn a profit on top of that. If you have significant income goals where you're like, I really want to make $1,000 a month, I really want to make $500 a week, well, this calculator will help you determine what kind of volume you need on your left leg and right leg. Before I share that, because I know you guys are like, gimme. I'm just kidding. I would be, because I'm a big dork numbers person. Before I share that, let me preface. It takes time, months, and years to build the kind of volume that is required to earn, let's say, $2,000 a week. But what kind of position could you have outside of Beachbody, outside of network marketing, that would give you the opportunity to earn, let's say, $1,000 a week within 3 years, within 5 years? You know what I mean? Like, could you start from nothing? Can you start from ground zero, from scratch, working your own schedule, and build a $50,000 salary? I mean, that is a significant income. And so I present it to you that way of saying, when you think about your long-term plan with Beachbody, I don't want you to ever get discouraged, like, oh, I'm just not there yet. I'm not there yet. Well, guys, it takes time to build this kind of volume. It takes consistency, just like if you show up for a job with a boss in a cubicle. If you don't do your job, you get fired. If you don't show up for your Beachbody business, if you don't show up and be the coach you're committed to being, then you're going to drift backwards. This is life, okay? Such is life. So in order to keep moving forward, you show up and do some no matter what's every single day. I'm talking about, you don't just do the 4 vital behaviors on your best day. You do them every day. I do them 6 days a week. Not every day. I take Sunday off. But you do them as often as you possibly can, and then understand that your reward will be directly linked with the amount of work and legwork that you put into it. So when I show you these numbers, when I show you the numbers and volume that you can start to strategize to create to help when you add coaches to your team, you teach them how to be 500 PV coaches. And then what we're going to do is we're going to teach their coaches how to be 500 PV coaches. And then we're going to teach their coaches how to be a 500 PV coach. And that quickly adds up. So all the pressure is not riding on your shoulders. All the pressure is not riding on that one person in your downline who's a business builder, but you're simply going to teach people to pay for their own product by serving customers. And that will roll up to you and be a huge blessing for you and your family. So let me pull this up right now for you guys, and we're going to play with the numbers. While I pull this up, can you guys type in the chat box some questions you might have about income? I know I explained some of the acronyms. I know I explained that coaches earn 25% commission from customers. I explained volume on left leg and right leg, but there still might be questions as far as bonuses or challenge pack options, or where do you get PV? How do you know the catalog that Beachbody has? How do you even see what products have what volume attached to it? I mean, these are questions that I wondered a lot, and I still have to continue to research. But type your questions in the chat box while I pull up this calculator that I want to make sure you guys, you can save in your Google Drive or something. Okay. Chelsea, this question I love. I've read it before. Are you willing to work for 10 cents an hour now for 100 an hour 3 years from now? Right. That is right.
Laura, I'm pretty sure you did that to me 3 years ago.
Oh, well, then I was about to say that person's so smart. Oh, that's me. Just kidding. I was like, dang, girl, that was good. Well, okay. That's what happens to all these kids. Your brain doesn't work. I can't even give credit myself. I probably got that from somebody, Chelsea. You know I'm not that smart. I probably stole that quote from somebody. I know I did. I'm sure I did. All right. I'm sharing my screen. I don't know if you guys can see it yet. I don't see it like being squared off yet. Can you see my screen? What do you see? Do you see my entire screen or do you just see the calculator? Entire screen. Okay. Which is fine. You can see my entire screen, but it might make it the screen, the calculator bigger if I only share. Hold on. Sorry. I'm gonna have to mute my video. Hold on real quick. Is my video muted? Because nobody needs to see me nurse. Alright, I'm gonna try to share my screen one more time. Alright, tell me in the chat box. Can you see my entire screen or can you only see the calculator? I'm trying to make it big enough for you guys. Just calculator. Thank you, Carrie. Okay. So it's viewable. Perfect. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to play with this for a little bit, but you guys can see at the very, very top, it kind of breaks it down, team cycle bonus. You get $14 every time you cycle from an emerald, 16 as a ruby, and 18 as a diamond. So hypothetically, let's just say all of you have the goal to become a diamond because you really will max out your chances of earning the best income, because as a diamond coach, you will be earning the most cycle money from the same amount of work you're doing, from the same amount of volume. You're going to get much more money. That amount of money doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up quickly when you're talking about years of consistent work. And that's what I want you guys to do. Like, we're all lifers here, and I hope you love the products enough to stick with this for the long term, because that's where the benefit is. That's where being an entrepreneur, you understand that profit comes after years of hard work and not necessarily after 2 hours of work. But every time your one leg and other leg has 100, 200, that's a cycle. Okay, so watch that video again that Chelsea posted up here. The link is in the chat box. Watch that video afterwards. You kind of understand what I'm saying. But what you can do here, this calculator looks really, really like nerdy. I get it, I know. But bear with me, because the things here that you can edit. If you have a yearly goal of earning, right now it's set at $100,000, but let's just say you have a goal of earning $25,000. I'm going to try to make sure. Downloading. Okay, here we go. Now my computer's asking me all these questions, guys. Hold on. I was going to adjust the goal to be, instead of $100,000, which is a great goal, I was going to make it like, you know, $24,000, so it's $2,000 a month. That's an average of $500 a week, which is a great income, a great income. So let me share my, here we go. Okay, now I'm sharing my Excel sheet because I downloaded that and I'll send this to you guys. But let's say your goal is, instead of $100,000, it's $24,000 this year, because that means you're going to be earning about $500 a week. It might not be that way now. It might take you 2 years to start earning $500 a week. But in your mind, you have to understand the long-term results, the long-term benefit is worth it because of everything else that you're going to be achieving. Financially, in network marketing, like Chelsea said, you know, you could be making 10 cents an hour now to be making $100 an hour later. You have to put in the work. But if you put in your goal right here in the highlighted section, okay, it's going to break it down. This is what it's going to be weekly. This is how many times you need to cycle based on you being a diamond coach, okay? So the cycle is based on you achieving a rank of diamond. So go ahead and have that on your goal list this year. What diamond is just 8 coaches. Okay, 8 coaches, and 2 of those 8 coaches are emerald themselves. That's it. So to be a diamond coach, to max out your potential in earning cycle bonuses, to get the highest amount, set a goal for diamond rank. One, because of the bazillion other benefits you get with, training and corporate mentorship with Beachbody, but also because of the income potential. And I just think, you guys, like, yes, we're in this business, and sometimes people are like, "Oh, money's not my end goal." That's fine, but I do want you guys to be aware of the income opportunity here. So when you do make decisions, you're able to make decisions wisely based on, okay, volume here, volume there. I'm setting my goal for this rank because I will be able to max out my potential income. So the volume that you would need on, let's say, one leg, they call the legs 2 different things: a strong leg and a weak leg. A strong leg is typically the leg that has the most volume on a consistent basis, and the weaker leg is the leg that has less volume on a consistent basis. When I first signed up as a coach, I thought that it meant that you have stronger coaches on one leg and weaker coaches on the other. So when my old upline told me that I was going to be on her weak leg, I was like, hold up, what's going on? I'm not no weak person. So she was like, no, that's fine. So I was silly. Anyways, your strong leg is the leg that has more consistent volume. You can look in your back office and go to team volume, and you'll be able to see RV, LV, and that's where you can see it. So to earn consistently, you see this number here, $461 a week, you can set a goal to have 5,000 volume on one leg and 2,500 on the other leg. Now that's a lot. I get it. Okay, that might take you a couple years to build up to, but it's worth it. So let's say you want to earn $1,000 a month instead. Well, then this is your volume goal. Look at the legs that you have. See where they are. And if you are in charge, if you have a strong leg that, has a couple of hundred PV or volume every week, it'll add up. And think about building your team so your weak leg can continue to increase. You want to add coaches to your weak leg, add coaches to your strong leg, hit this diamond rank, and then teach your team to walk through the simple training that we have as Moxie. Okay, we're going to go through it as a team. That's why we are a team. We have our Moxie Coach training site. We have our 10-day new coach training. They have you as a coach. They have us as a team. We have team challenge groups. We have team events, so face-to-face, we can all learn together. But I never want you to underestimate your ability to help somebody launch this business, because you might still be figuring out yourself, but that doesn't mean that you have to withhold this opportunity from somebody. You can just say, look, the resources are there. You just have to be resourceful. You really do. Like, you might have a learning curve, but it doesn't mean you need to stop yourself. My coach signed up the day before I did. I signed up the day after she did. Do you think I freaked her out because I had all my questions? You better believe I did. I didn't mean to. I didn't know what I was doing, but she didn't either. So she smiled and kindly said, let's get on the phone with my upline and we'll all learn together. You can do that. You can sign up coaches, talk about the business, how excited you are for it, where you're going with it, your vision for it, coach training that you have, or, get together with a couple other coaches, host a coach sneak peek, host a webinar, go live on your Facebook or your Instagram stories. I know all of that might sound terrifying. Those are just ideas and things to encourage you to think outside of the box, just like what intrigued you to become a coach. You think about helping other people in curiosity and learning about coaching themselves. Okay, so that was as if you were diamond or star diamond. Let's say you're emerald. Okay, let's figure this out. Let's say your goal is the same amount of money, but you're an emerald coach. Okay, so you would need to cycle additional 3 times every single week in order to earn the same amount of money. That's why diamond is so important. And this would have to be your volume goal. You see how this is more than this? Which is, not significant, but you're going to be earning the same amount of money, but you're going to have to do more work. You're going to have to do more work to capture this amount of volume than you would if you did. It just makes sense to me. Go ahead, and it might take you, 3 months, 6 months to hit diamond, but guys, strive for that kind of achievement, and it'll pay off in the long run. So this is a fun little earnings potential that I wanted to share with you before I open it up for questions. This is the potential like earnings that you can have that caps. So as a coach, you don't earn team cycle bonus, which again, team cycle bonus comes from volume from your team of coaches under you in your organization. We already talked about retail and the customer side. Now this team cycle bonus is talking about the coach side when you build a team. You start qualifying for these bonuses when you become an Emerald coach, and you cap out when you start earning $250 a week. As a Ruby coach, basically what you want to do is you want to become an Emerald coach. You want to cap out. You're going to become a Ruby coach. You want to cap out. You want to become a Diamond coach, cap out. You want to continue. This is why people advance in rank. They advance in rank because of the other benefits you get as a coach, but also the most money you can earn per week is $12,000 a week, and that's 10-star and above. And then on top of that, you can earn your normal commission. This is not just overall, like you can earn more than $12,000 a week, but this is just for team cycle bonuses in one business center. So in one business center, you can earn $12,000 a week on top of the matching bonuses you get from your team, on top of the retail commission you get from customers, and on top of the fact that you can open up to 25 business centers as a Beachbody coach. So if you calculate the earnings potential for this business is, let's say, minimal, on the minimum. If you reach 10-star and above, you're capping out, you're earning over $500,000 a year, times that by 25. Okay, so the growth opportunity here, like the potential for you to change your life and all of the future generations of your family. Like, talk about leaving a legacy. They're gonna be like, Grandma hooked us up. Thank goodness she worked so hard, because now I don't have to pay for college for the rest of my life, nor do my great grandchildren, because Grandma worked hard. This is the kind of thing that we have in control of. Like, this is at our fingertips, guys. So let me see if you guys have any questions. Chelsea said, what is the best way for a new coach who is working towards Emerald or just hit Emerald to earn $500 a month, in your opinion? This is a great question. I think this is kind of fun because I think it can be, I say easy, it can be simply achieved if we create like a fun environment around like burst of businesses. So for example, I was watching step back, and I watched everybody really do extremely well with 80-day obsession. Okay. We have been talking about 80-day obsession for a long time. We were lucky enough to have our, an upline coach, Brittany Leggett, and Allie, another team member, to be in the test group. So we kind of got an inside scoop of 80-day obsession. So you guys might have been exposed to it for months now. So your market might have been exposed to it for months now. But what happened is all of a sudden, the beginning of this month, maybe it was really simple, and maybe it was really easy for you this month because people already were excited about grabbing 80-day obsession, or they were excited about starting all together on January 15th. Well, I consider that like, okay, that's a launch, right? So whenever there is a launch, Chelsea, I think it's a lot of fun to get a new coach involved in that. But if there's not a launch, there's an organic way that we could create these little bursts of growth. Like Super Bowl's coming up. Why don't we ahead of time plan a team-wide 3-day refresh post Super Bowl? Okay, so what that means is the week before Super Bowl, we all set this deadline to sell three-day refreshes, and that can burst volume for them. That can burst some customer interest for them, and so they might be able to see that $500 a month retail pretty quickly if they kind of ride that coattail. And at that point, they might have some residuals. But honestly, the quickest way is them going to say, get referrals. First month, hit 500 BV, get 3 customers. Love on them, see if they can stick around, see if they want it for a second round. And so if you are adding those 3 to 5, it's just a handful. Adding, and this is for everybody, new coaches, old coaches who want to earn $500 a month, $500 a month. Adding 3 to 5 coaches a month who are subscribing to something on HD. So it would increase your chances for that residual income, and that's what adds up over time. Because strategically, you're still going to be thinking about how to increase your exposure on social media. You're going to be thinking about how to continue to build your challenge groups. You're going to continue to think about what to feed your family for dinner that night. Like, we have life going on all around us. So let residual income work in our favor while you're still looking to not just run your business, but build your business. There's kind of two different things. You build your business by building it out with new customers, innovation, new products, new offerings, new groups. You run your business by closing the back door and keeping the customers that you have to the best of your ability and serving them and being there for them. And that's kind of where it all compounds over time. Does that make sense? So new coach asked me, they come to my new coach call and they're like, hey, I need to make $500 this month. I'm going to say, sweet, let's break it down to see how many challenge packs you need to sell, right? Because, I mean, that's it. It could be as simple as that. If it's that kind of my back is in the corner, I need to make this ASAP, or they're going to repossess my car. Okay, cool. That would be X amount of challenge packs this month. Or if somebody just wants to go the, smoother route where they're not working 40 hours a week, add 3 to 5 customers this month. And the next month, do it again. Next month, do it again, all while you are working on your own health and fitness. So your product or the product is like screaming from the rooftops. All right. Minus what we were all doing 80-day obsession meal plans. 3 to 5 customers. Oh, so you're just repeating what I said. Okay, perfect. What other questions do you guys have? So here's where you need to unmute yourself. You can chat in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself. We'll go for about 10 to 15 more minutes of questions about income, about volume, anything you need to know. Because I want us to all be smart business people, and it's a safe place, so you can ask whatever.
Laura, I think Laura Davies asked a question.
Oh, okay.
About
how can I talk my husband into signing up?
I was going to answer that. Am I echoing you guys, or is it just on my end?
You're echoing.
Okay, sorry.
Let's see if I can
Did it
make
stop?
sure I'm muted except you. Hold on.
Did it stop echoing?
No, it's not bad.
Okay. My husband was the same way. He actually didn't sign up for the longest time. I had my mom sign up as my very first coach instead of him at the time. Like, we weren't married when I first started Beachbody. And he still, like, his account is Emerald, but he has no idea what his coach ID is. My credit card is on his account. He has no idea if something shows up in his name or my name. Like, he has no idea what goes on in, like, the behind the scenes with his coaching account. So it's not necessarily something that he has to be willing to run his coaching account. It just has to be something that he says, okay, I'm putting my faith in you, like, do what you need me to do, because all you need from him is his social security number, which you also probably already know, but or whatever it is that you need, to sign up from his end, because I know you're in the UK, right? So whatever it is that, you need to verify that you guys are, like, real human beings to sign up over there that you guys use. But so it's just a matter of, getting his blessing by saying, like, hey, I really am ready to do this. Like, in order for me to go all in, I've got to hit this first activation, my business center by this Emerald rank. And guess what, honey? That means, enrolling you. Like, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to know about it. Make a different email address for him so that, nothing has to go to his email, and forward it directly to your primary email account. So you don't have to check 2 emails. Like, really, I mean, it can be something totally that you do independently of him with his blessing, because really all you need is his blessing, not necessarily for him to be a participant in his business center, if that makes sense.
What about, I'm going to play devil's advocate. Agreed with everything you said. The fork in the road is it costs money to sign the husband up. So can you explain the benefit even if the investment is there?
Did I freeze? Did Laura freeze? Okay. Hey guys, sorry. So yeah, benefit wise, so signing him up, in order, obviously you'd have to pay the coach enrollment fee and enough to make him active. But hitting Emerald automatically, you start earning that team cycle bonus. So your initial profit or your initial investment by putting him in there, you will start to see that back as you hit Emerald. So I don't know, if you have one coach signed up already or if you don't, but I would wait and maybe save him as your second coach, so that way you're not spending money to keep him active for 4 weeks and then you enroll another person and you're waiting, and then you have to purchase something or run an order through his account to stay active with his account. So I would make him your second coach, not your first one, but I would talk to Laura about where to put your other coach if you do want to sign your husband up for long-term strategy.
Yep.
She can run through that with you later. But
that's a great point. I think it's fun too, because once you have look at my hair. I'm trying to sit here and not look like a weirdo, but it's too late. Once you have somebody who says, yes, you're a coach, you already have a second coach, your spouse. So it's like, you're immediately Emerald. Boom. One night, right? That's exciting. Oh, I want to celebrate 1,000 people on Thursday being Emerald. So guys, do that for me, okay? All right. You were not rude for not talking. You're at work, Laura, so we appreciate your illegalness of doing this under the table anyways. What are the questions? I wish I would have thought about that. I see, Danny, you're talking about you want to know about Instagram. I can message you some stuff, Danny, just about Instagram. I'm not great at it. I'm learning about it. So in regard to team cycle bonus, income, earnings within the business, honestly, just the overall strategy of business. We've talked about elementary things with acronyms and the legs, but it's so important for us to know it and not just say, oh, well, I'm going to do the 4 bottom behaviors and hope that it works out. No, I think that you can be forward thinking and you could set income goals and think about what it would take for you to create that residual income. Think about ways that you can, earn that volume on both of your legs. Set goals that way. I actually track that every single week. Every single week for the past 3 years, I have this huge spreadsheet. And I hide all the columns because it's ridiculous. And I can show you guys. But for the past 3 years, every single week, I track weak leg volume, weak leg, strong leg volume. Not just on my business center, but on my second business center, my husband's business center, and my mom's business center. Because I want to know the trends. I want to know where to add coaches. I want to know what coaches are working and what legs are popping and who I might need to, encourage. Because if I notice a coach who was consistently earning an income, but then all of a sudden they're not earning volume anymore, I think, oh, they must have hit a rough patch in their life. Let me see what's going on. So for you just to be aware of what's going on in your business, one is really responsible and mature, but two, it's going to make you perhaps not panic. It's I don't know, for you just to realize volume's going to be high the first half of the year, volume's going to be lower the second half of the year, because that's when people want to lose weight, right? And to expect those trends, and you can plan ahead of time. It's just smart. Okay. Paris, Danielle said, do you feel like tracking that way is something important if you're new? Absolutely. I think it's exciting because not only you don't only have to track volume, Danielle, for your legs, but I track, excuse you, my daughter just farted. Anyways, she tooted. No, she sharted. That's really the honest thing she did. Okay. God, that is the truth. That's a 500 diaper I've changed today. I'm sorry. I started talking about sharding and I got distracted. Oh, Danielle, tracking, not just your legs, but I track my income. I break it down into the categories of commission, retail, matching bonus. I write down my personal PV because I noticed that my weekly PV would be 15, and then 100, and then 500, and then 200, and then negative 90, and then 500 again, right? So that was and I was thinking, I want that to be more consistent. So I've set a goal to hit 500 PV every single week, and I can kind of strategically do that. I'm way distracted by her right now. You can do that based on like when you promote things, when you set deadlines, etc. I think it's very important because it's fun. Think about a year from now. You're going to be leading your call for your team, Danielle, and you're going to be like, guys, I promise you I was there one day, and I remember when I had, zero volume on each leg. Look, I'll show it to you. And that's just like a cool thing to look back on to see where you've grown. Paris asks, how do you determine which leg to put a new coach on? Great question. I can answer this, but I'm going to open it up. Does anybody want to share from their experience or how you have determined to put, coaches on each leg? You're smart. You're smart. Okay, fine. I'll answer. Okay, the way that I determine is I look at the volume that I need for each leg. Okay, so your legs might be even. Your legs might be both 0 each week, or that one might be 100 one week, the other might be 100 one week, or you might have one that's consistently more. I look at the legs that I have and I think in my head, where do I need more volume? Where do I need another coach? If you're building to diamond, you need 4 coaches on each leg, and one of those coaches need to be emerald on each leg. So honestly, when you're building to diamond, you need to just have coaches on either leg, 4 and 4, even, done. If you have a coach who's going to be like a building coach, you have a really good feeling about them, they have like crazy goals, I would recommend you putting that builder on the weak leg, just because that's going to be like you're going to be building from scratch on your own, so you want that volume to be there. And it's really a one-on-one case. I wish it was this cookie cutter, but there's so many unique situations when we're talking about a person-specific business center, Paris, where me and you, and this would be a cool conversation to have, we can get on a Zoom call, you can screen share me your genealogy, and I would say, okay, based on the volume that you have on each leg, I would recommend you putting this coach here or whatever. So, when you're building a diamond, you have to put coaches on both sides, no matter what. But it would be a great conversation for each coach to have with their sponsor coach if they want to talk about strategy. Yes, Carrie, look, see where volume active coaches. How about this? Let me just make sure that you guys are live, and then we can tune out the call. What kind of monthly income goal do you have? What would make you feel proud of yourself? It could be $25. I do not care. It could be nothing. You could just be like happy-go-lucky with listening to this team call just because you like to hear me talk. But if you have an income goal, tell me in the chat box what it is per month. Monthly, what is your income goal? Excellent. Excellent goal. $750, $5,000, $150. I love that because you'd be paying off your Shakeology and then some. It means you get energized too. $3,000 a month, $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month to cover my cost of Shakeology. My first monthly goal is $1,000 a month, $1,000 a month. Awesome. Okay, so when you guys start achieving this, $1,000 a month, that's a very consistent number. I think $250 a month is a great number. One, are you willing to work for it? Two, are you willing to wait for it? Because it takes time to build this kind of thing, but you have to wait and you have to work consistently over time. Hey, baby. You can't throw in the towel. You can't be greedy. You can work for it, and we can turn up the heat if we need to earn this money ASAP. I get it. I did. When I first started as a coach, I wanted to quit my job to be home with my oldest son, and then my husband lost his job. Y'all, we lost our house. We had to move in with my in-laws. I was like, get me some money. I was like, I need some money. So I hustled. You know what I mean? Like, I needed it. And that might be where you guys are, and it's possible because somehow so we were able to match my corporate income within a year, which was about $63,000 a year. I was able to match that within a year, which I say that, but really it was not really 63. It was like I hit $1,000 a week for the first time in my business on my year birthday with Beachbody. It wasn't $1,000 consistently from then forward. Sometimes it was $750, sometimes it was $900, sometimes it was $1,000. But you know, it was a significant amount each week, and that was really, really exciting. And I know these things are possible because in my hot messness, I did it. Y'all can do it. And so many other people have done it too, including people on our team, earn great money. So I want you guys to be proud of the money that you earn and have fun while you're doing it. You know what I mean? Don't lose yourself in the process, but set realistic goals and work for it. All right, loves. Again, I want to remind you that if you are a 500 PB coach this month, that you're going to earn this necklace that Scotty is laying on. And it's a sterling silver Inspire necklace. It's a little necklace that has a charm on it that says Inspire. And I say that because you guys inspire me, right? Okay. So tell your friends and neighbors and cousins and dentists all about Beachbody so you can earn 500 PB this month. Get your teeth cleaned and talk about Shakeology. That's your plan. Write that on your to-do list. Just kidding. Scotty is cute. I know, she's cute. I'm sorry. She's distracting everybody. She has poop in her diaper right now. A lot of it. So I'm going to go change her. And I love you guys. I'm going to send you guys this spreadsheet so you can calculate your own goals and have fun from there. Okay? Bye, y'all. Mwah.